my channel. Today's video is going to be a little girl chat, girl talk video. So grab your drinks, grab your snacks. I'm going to try to not make it a super long video, but it'll probably be around like 15-20 minutes. I don't know, we'll see. Future Olivia will see while she's editing this. I have just squash. I would have a coffee, but I've run out of my oat milk, and so I don't drink normal cow's milk anymore. I just don't kind of like the taste of it anymore since not drinking it. I haven't drunk it in ages, like probably over a year. So squash it is. Or if you're watching this in the evening or whenever, then grab an alcoholic drink if you are over 18 in England or over 21 in America. I thought this would be quite fun to do, just like a really chill video, just kind of like talking like we're together, like girl chat, typical girl talk, like what me and my friends would talk about. Obviously I would love to film one of these with my actual friends, but because of the situation right now I can't do that, so it's just me on my own. But hopefully when all this is done I can film another one of these videos with my friends, and then you'll get different opinions. But I just love to watch girl chat, girl talk videos, just to see like what people are thinking. And also it's quite nice to have girl chat when you're in the situation like lockdown and you haven't seen your friends in a while. So as always, I uploaded a like a question box on Instagram and asked you guys for any topics or questions or dilemmas that you had. So I'll read a couple now. So the first one, it says, I've put on weight since lockdown and feel very insecure. Now, I don't know why you're feeling insecure about this. I can understand it for sure, but everyone probably has put on weight since lockdown. I'm not being funny. I guarantee you like 90% of people have put on weight since lockdown, even if it's not a lot. And you might not even be able to tell, because the only time you're really seeing people at the moment is social media, and obviously people are going to always put their best side of them on Instagram or any kind of social media. It's angles, it's everyone knows their best side, their best angle, how to stand to make like their body look good. Like they know what features they want to accentuate. I don't know, like breathe in if they want to make their stomach a bit slimmer, or like stand face onto a mirror to make your body look slimmer than facing on the side. You got that little kangaroo pouch. Literally it's all about angles. I wouldn't feel insecure at all, because I'm guessing you're feeling like this because of Instagram, seeing other girls maybe working out or like running 5k during lockdown, and you're feeling a bit and I definitely felt like last year I was putting way too much pressure on myself to make sure every morning I was getting up, doing a workout. And when I say workout, I mean like a proper intense workout. And if I didn't, I would put like myself down so much. I just felt like I wasn't accomplishing anything. I was being lazy, when in reality, like, we're in a global pandemic, and who really cares if you miss some workouts? Who cares if you don't want to work out at all? I mean, obviously exercise is really good for you and it's good for your mental health, but I wouldn't put pressure on it for the way you look. If you think you've got an unhealthy relationship with fitness, I would suggest maybe just going out on a nice long walk, listening to an audiobook or some music or a podcast, like anything. And yeah, just taking it easy, doing some yoga. I loved doing yoga last year throughout the first lockdown. and meditation. It really helped me. But this year I'm not putting pressure on myself. There's always been like so far this year, I know it's only right at the beginning of February, but throughout January I missed quite a few days of working out, and I didn't put pressure on myself at all. I didn't feel guilty about it. I just stayed in bed. I watched a series that I wanted to watch. I had the chocolate bar. I had the cookies. I made the cookies. I ate the cookies. Probably consumed twice my daily intake in one cookie. But that's okay. It's hard for me to say like, oh, you shouldn't feel this way, because I can understand it. I mean, over Christmas time I definitely put on some weight, but it was Christmas. I was eating cheese every single day, probably having a camembert to myself every other day. We were basically having picky bits for dinner every single day. I was going through French breadsticks like no tomorrow. I was having so much Christmas chocolate. It's not the end of the world. I mean, I did feel kind of like crappy about myself at the beginning of the year. I was like, oh, I've really let myself go, blah, blah, blah. But it's fine. All it's taken is a couple of weeks of like cutting down a little bit, or not indulging as much, kind of like making sure I do get my daily exercise. But sometimes if I don't want like a really intense workout, I'll just do a light workout. Last year I was doing like an hour and a half, 2 hour workouts every day, and that was way too much. Now I'm doing between half an hour and an hour every single day, well, Monday to Friday of workouts. And like I said, some days I wake up and I'm like, I really don't want to, so I don't put pressure on myself, and I feel so much happier this way. And if you are getting people around you saying, oh, like making little comments, little digs, like, oh, you look like you've put on a little bit of weight, or oh, they look a bit tight, do you think you should go for the next size up, or just any little digs. They might not mean it in a nasty way, but I totally can understand that it would upset you. I've definitely had this, and it plants a seed in your head, and when someone says something, all your attention goes there. So if someone mentions about like how your jeans look a bit tight, all I would focus on is if they were tight when they're done up, do I need the next size up, like how much weight have I put on, like, and it's not healthy at all. But long story short, like I said, I guarantee you everyone has put on a little bit of weight, 90% of people throughout this year. This year's been madness. So honestly, don't beat yourself up about it. What do you want from your future? Is there a certain job, buy a house, travel, business? I'm not really 100% sure. I mean, I don't think you can kind of plan your future. It just kind of works out. But I definitely have some things in my life that I definitely want to do. I 100% want to get married. 100% want to have children. Hopefully like 3 or 4. I would love to have a big family because I'm an only child. So I would, yeah, love to have a big family. I'd love to own a house. Yeah, I don't know. I'd love to buy a house in the future, 100%. Like I've said before, Billy and I are really hoping to buy our first flat this year. Hopefully, fingers crossed, because of the situation, you just don't know what's going to happen. But definitely in the future, I'd love to buy a house. I've never really had an interest in traveling, and I feel like you either do or you don't, and it doesn't really interest me that much. The whole backpacking thing, like, it looks amazing, but I would never do it. I just would never do it. It doesn't appeal to me at all. I don't want to stay in hostels. Like, I want to go on holiday to stay in a nice hotel. I know that probably isn't a popular opinion, but yeah, traveling has just never really been something I want to do. I'd rather just go on holidays. Did your first time hurt? Yes. Simple answer. I feel like movies make it look like this magical fairy tale. It's just going to be perfect. In reality, it's not like that at all. I don't think I know anyone who had like a perfect first time. It was uncomfortable, it was awkward. Yeah, I mean, I was with the person for quite a while, so obviously I felt comfortable with them, so I didn't feel like nervous about it, but it was awkward, it was quick, it was painful. I mean, I'd never had anything up there before, so it was painful. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about that. It grows on you. If you're worried about it, don't be. Obviously, don't pressure yourself into doing it at all. It's no one's decision but yours. If you want to wait till you're married, if you want to wait till you've been in a relationship for like 5 years or 2 weeks, it's up to you. Honestly, it's no one's business but yours and the person's. Just make sure you're being safe, please. And yeah, if you're disappointed by your first time, don't think there's something wrong with you. I think everyone's first time's awkward and weird and quick, and no one kind of really knows what to do. It's kind of very plain. It's just like a plain cheese sandwich, I'd say. It's not very exotic. It's not very like fun. You'll get there though. You'll get there. What is your opinion on one night stands? Well, I don't really have one. I don't have an opinion. It's really none of my business, to be honest, what anyone chooses or not chooses to do with their time. Obviously right now I would frown upon it because we're in a national lockdown, and so you shouldn't really be meeting up with people, especially for one night stands. So this is the only time I'll definitely frown upon it, but normally I don't really have an opinion on it. Like, I wouldn't have a one night stand. I don't know, some people enjoy it, some people think it's fun. I think in uni it's quite like a big culture to kind of do one night stands, have one night stands, like see how many people you can sleep with. Obviously I never went to uni, so I never had that, but yeah, I think even if I did go to uni, I don't think I'd have that mentality. All I'd say is make sure you're safe, like protected, like hopefully you know the person somewhat. I wouldn't recommend meeting someone that night and doing the deed, but maybe you've got like really good chemistry and you do, who knows. But yeah, I would just be careful because you don't know what the other person has. Yeah, so just be safe, be careful. Hopefully you know the person. Don't go to their house alone if you don't know them, because like you don't know. I mean, I don't know if this is because I watched too many serial killer documentaries, but you don't know if they've got a dead body in their loft. So please just be careful. But yeah, I don't really have an opinion. You do what you want to do. Yeah, no one can, I mean, people do judge and people will judge, but do whatever you want to do. Whether that's be in a really long relationship and only have sex with that one person, or have loads of one night stands. Do you think social media is toxic? Yes and no. I'm gonna lean more towards no, because I feel like you can control if it's toxic or not. I can understand why people think it's toxic in the sense of comparing yourself to people, comparing yourself, like your life to someone else's, where they are in their life compared to you. Obviously trolls, overall I think you can control it. You can, if someone's being nasty to you, you can block them, delete them, and they're gone. Yes, they can make another fake account and do it again, but just like keep blocking it out. I guarantee they wouldn't say it to your face. They're just doing it because they're behind a computer screen, little keyboard warriors. And I guarantee you there's something clearly going on in their life for them to be making you feel like crap. I know it's no excuse, but unfortunately a lot of people don't really care and they don't think before they speak. So yeah, but also if you're comparing yourself and that's kind of what's toxic for you, Lily wants to join in. Just unfollow people. Honestly, if you are constantly looking at someone's social media every day and it's making you feel crap about yourself because they're like, I don't know, you want to look like them, or you're really depressed because you're not in their situation, or their life looks better than yours. For one, everyone only puts out the best parts of themselves on social media. No one's going to put out the stuff like their arguments with their boyfriend or their partner, their arguments with their family or their friends, or if they're going through, like if they got really bad, I don't know, exam results, or they didn't get the job they wanted. They're not going to put it out. I know it kind of sounds bad, but people are only going to put out the best parts of themselves onto social media. And so if that is kind of making you feel crap about yourself, just unfollow them. It doesn't have to be like deep, it doesn't have to be offensive. If you're looking at someone and you're thinking, oh, I really wish I looked like them, and then you're looking at yourself in the mirror comparing, unfollow them. And then once you're in a better place with yourself, you love yourself more, you've got more self-love, and you've surrounded yourself with people that make you feel uplifted and good and happy, then follow them again. You might really like them, you might really like their account, they might post things that you love, but you're comparing yourself to them. Unfollow them, and then when you're happy and content with yourself, follow them back. Because, I mean, it's a follow at the end of the day. Like, one person following someone, it's not going to make the world of difference. At the end of the day, you don't want to be going through life wishing you were someone else, living someone else's life. You need to be happy and content with yourself. If you're not, work on yourself, work on your self-love. If you want to lose some weight, lose some weight. If you want to dye your hair, dye your hair. If you want a new job, get a new job. If you need to get out of a toxic relationship, get out of it. But yeah, I feel like social media can be good and bad, but I'm leaning more towards it being good because you can control what you see to a certain extent. Obviously, I know. I know there are some horrific people out there that can be really nasty, but it's a small amount of people, and like I said, they're probably going through something really crap in their life right now, and I know it's no excuse, but they often want to reflect their pain onto someone else, so that's what they do. Okay, so I think I've been filming for like 15-20 minutes. The camera cut off once, so I'm not really sure how long I've been filming, but I'm gonna end this video here so it's not super long. And the lighting is getting so weird, I'm sorry about that. The sun is like, do you see that? The sun is blinding me, so I'm kind of having to lean back right now. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, this little girl chat, girl talk. If you enjoyed it, I'll be sure to do it in the future. And like I said, hopefully someday soon I'll be able to do it with my actual real life friends to have different opinions. And yeah, so I will see you in the next video.